Hello everybody, it's 2019 December, almost 2020, and it's been a while since I gave you an update on my garden, so I would like to do so now. Or shall I say my fruit tree paradise. I live here in South Florida, and the garden is just going in now because the winter time is the time to grow most of the garden in South Florida, but all year long we can grow fruit trees. And I've moved some things over the years, and some trees have gotten bigger, and I want to just give you all an update because you've been asking for it, so here it goes. So, right here in the front is a banana tree that I took from one of my other bananas. I have several different banana trees, but this one I liked the best. So I took a cutting from it and I put it right here. I was going to leave this area open where cars can come through, but I decided to fence it off and put a banana right here because banana trees are easy to get rid of and they grow back easy if I ever have to use this as a driveway. So I got my banana tree, and right behind there I just planted my first muscadine grapes, and I have a trestle going up on this wall, so they'll be able to grow real nicely. Now I had another banana tree right there in the corner that I didn't like. That was I don't even know what type of banana it was I didn't like, and I took that out and I transferred another banana there that I do like. So that's a nice spot for a banana tree. Now, coming along this way, as you've seen in videos of the past, this is my moringa tree and it's thriving. And I love to come out here and just take this and juice them. And it's great to add in salads. Every house should have a moringa tree. Now this is what I'm really excited about, is my coconut trees. Finally, you've seen me plant them at the beginning if you go back a couple of videos, but they're finally starting to get coconuts. Up till now, I've had one coconut tree that's been thriving, but my other coconut trees are starting to get coconuts. I have, I think, 7 in total coconut trees, so I'm really excited about that. Now, under one of these trees here, under my moringa tree, I have one of several miracle fruit plants. Miracle fruit, I've made videos on that. It's just a great berry to have, and so I plant them under the trees. They're supposed to be in shaded areas, so that's just one of them. We could take a count as we go along the garden. Okay, here is one of 2 cherries I have here. This is a Barbados cherry, also known as the acerola cherry. It has more vitamin C than just about any other food on the planet. And I got this second tree because my first tree gave me more fruit than any other fruit in my whole garden. When this tree is in bloom, there's just so many cherries on here, and it blooms more than once a year. So I definitely wanted to get another one in, and I really enjoy this tree. So that's a Barbados cherry tree. I had a banana tree right here, but I took this out. This was a dwarf banana, and I did not like the dwarf bananas, and it was also getting too big and getting near one of my other trees. So I took that out, and I'm learning right now how to stop the banana from keep growing. But if you can see, I put a garden in here this year where my tree was, and it's really nice. I have some tomatoes in the back and some other things growing right there. So this tree is one of my jackfruit trees. This is a Cheney jackfruit. This is a softer jackfruit. And as you can see, the tree's a little tilted because the banana tree was coming over this way. So the trees know, right? So I took that out, so hopefully it'll straighten up. But this is one of my jackfruit trees that now is small, but it will grow very big, and this is a great spot for it. I'm really excited about this tree. This is a Kent mango. Now, some of the trees here in South Florida, the mango trees have gotten the disease, and Kent mango is supposed to be one of them. And I was supposed to take it out, but I left it in to see what would happen. And this past year, I had some good mangoes off this tree, and I'm hoping the disease doesn't affect it. But if it does, I'll just add different mangoes that are more disease resistant onto the tree instead of taking the tree out. I did have another tree that I did take out, and I regret it now, but I kept this one in, so I did half okay. Now this, I'm really excited about this tree. This is the only tree that I know of in South Florida that I have, and only a few people have. This is called a Champadoc tree. And this is a form of a jackfruit, but it's a different fruit altogether. And most people don't know what it is here in South Florida, but it's a delicious fruit. And this tree's been growing really nice, and it's starting to really take off. So I'm so excited for this. Okay, this tree here. Oh, I gotta cut that part. Okay. This tree here is one of 4 soursop trees, Guanabana, that I have on the property. This one has not given me any fruit yet. This was a transplant. It's one of my other 3 have given me fruit. The leaves alone are great on this tree, so That's my one of my sourshops, and I really think this year it's going to take off, and I'm going to do great with that. Over here, I did have that other mango tree that I took out, and this is a mamey tree. And this is a really nice spot, and it's going to grow wonderful here. I have two mamey trees. I've had trouble with mameys, and I lost one, but this one's growing really nice, and I'm excited. Right next to it is a papaya tree. There's different types of papayas, and this is more of a smaller papaya. This actually is my favorite papaya tree, and it's growing really nice right here in the meantime. Right here, I have one of two persimmon trees that I have. This is a Florida persimmon. I've only gotten one fruit on this so far, a small fruit, but the tree's growing really nicely. I had two of these trees, and I ended up losing one of them. I actually moved it too many times, and it didn't do well. But this is a Florida persimmon, and it's going to grow nicely here. I keep my trees close together. I own a small property, but I'm not going to let them get too big. Over here, I had a tree. I had over here several different trees, and none of them did good because I had my neighbor's egg fruit tree was hanging over, and it wasn't able to grow. Now I just have a miracle fruit berry tree here, but I'm actually going to get another tree right in this spot. It's a great spot because they cut back their egg fruit tree, so now I have the perfect space for another tree. And then back there, I have another coconut tree. I have two different types of coconuts. I have yellow coconuts and green coconuts. And again, my coconut trees are starting to flourish. And this here, of all the avocado trees I have several. This is my favorite one. This is called a Super Hass avocado. A Hass avocados from California are my favorite tasting avocado, but they usually don't grow well in Florida. But this Super Hass variety does go great here in Florida, and it tastes like a Hass avocado. So that's coming in, and I'm really excited. I spent more money on this tree than any other tree I have because they didn't have smaller ones, and I really wanted to get it. So that is my Hass avocado tree. Oh, right here we go. All right, so right here is my one or two lemon meringue mango trees. I have several mangoes and avocados that go for different seasons, and this lemon meringue is my favorite variety of mango. This was loaded last summer. I got so many, and this is the biggest I will let any of my trees get. I am going to probably cut some of this off the top after the season, but this tree did great last year, and I'm waiting to see how it does this year. Okay. This here is another mango tree that did wonderful last year, and this is an early mango. I forget the name of it right now, but it's one of the earliest mangoes, and so it's growing nicely. I was able to cut the bottom, and now I could actually literally walk under the tree. Again, this is the biggest I will let this tree get this year, and that's the size I just want to keep all my trees. All right. This is my other Barbados cherry tree that I have back here, and I had to cut it back just so it didn't get too big. Again, this was my first tree, and I liked it so much. My first cherry tree that I ended up getting another one because it just had so many cherries on it. And over here, I have another miracle fruit tree plant, and this is a shady area, and it likes the shady areas, so I put it there. And my whole back wall used to be lined with passion fruit. And now it's lined with banana trees instead. You get much more out of it, and the passion fruit just took off, and I never got much passion fruit, just vines. So I have several different trees here of different bananas, and they've just been wonderful. I've been getting hundreds and hundreds of bananas. Here's another banana tree, and just the whole back is filled with banana trees. This tree over here is another lemon meringue mango. They're right next to each other. So that's right there, and it's catching up to the other one in size. And again, that's the biggest I'll let them get. And I had to decide how far to space these trees when I first put them in, and I think I did a good job on them. Now, right under this tree, this lemon meringue mango is another miracle fruit berry. I love those, as you could tell. So this here is a lychee tree, and I got a bunch of lychees off it this year. And I'm so excited that I did that. Apparently, you're not supposed to get them every year, lychees, but I know a tree that they did get every year. But last year was the first year I got some on this, and it's growing very nicely as well. Okay, so you see more bananas, all different varieties of bananas along the back wall here of the house, and uh, this well of the yard, not the house. This tree here is a sugar apple tree. This is a green sugar apple tree. This tree almost didn't make it several times, but it's taken off now, and I'm really happy about that. And I did get a few fruit on it this year for the first time. Now here is the a tree I just cut back, so it doesn't grow too big. This is one of the most exciting trees in my garden. This is one of the reasons why I got fruit trees. This is a white sapote tree, and it's one of the reasons I moved here to South Florida to be able to grow these. I just love this fruit, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And I could tell you happily, of every tree in my garden, I got more fruit off this tree this past summer than any other tree. I had buckets and buckets of this fruit that I love so much, and I cut it back, and hopefully it'll do just as good next year. But I am so excited about this tree and this fruit. I have one in the front yard as well, a different variety. This is my longan tree. I have a longan tree at another property as well, but this tree is growing really nice. I just cut it back as well. My neighbor has a longan tree in the front, and a seed just fell, and another one's growing in the front. So I might let that grow also. Longan is one of my favorite fruits, and this is growing really nice as well. So that's my longan. One of the things I aspired to do when I moved here was to get things that I'm going to eat practically all the time. And avocados and lemons were two things that I would eat on a regular basis. And this is a lemon tree. This is a bare lemon tree. And it's great. I did get a few lemons off this tree. I'm happy with it. Citrus doesn't usually do well in this area, but this has been growing nice, and I'm happy with that. This is a dragon fruit plant. I haven't had success yet growing them. My neighbor grows them really well, and so I know we can. I just got to tie it up better, but this is a dragon fruit plant. So I'm excited about that. I have another tree here. This is a jackfruit tree. This is another variety of jackfruit that's growing here, and again, growing really well. I haven't gotten anything on that one yet, but I will. I have another papaya here. Another papaya here. I've cut several papaya trees out just because I ran out of room. But I have a banana tree that I just planted here. I'm not sure what type it is. I just wanted to get something in this area, and I got that here. Now, a couple of years ago during a hurricane, this is one tree that I pretty much thought I was going to lose. This is an avocado tree. And literally, I thought I lost it. But it came back to life, and it's growing really well now. And I'm excited for this tree. This is going to be a great tree. It's all my avocados are different seasons, so hopefully I'll have avocados for all different seasons. Now this is one of my 4 soursop trees, and as you can see, there's soursop on it right now. This is called guanabana. There's several on there right now, and I had a bunch on this year. What happened? This tree fell down. It was windy, and the tree fell down. That's why I have this big pole here holding it up. And not only did it hold up, but more fruit's continuing to grow. So I actually got this tree at Home Depot, and it's been one of my most productive trees. So I'm thrilled about that. This is another soursop tree of guanabana. I did get some fruit on this, and it's growing back. I had to cut this one back, so this one's catching up. Here's another soursop. You can tell I like soursop, right? There's another soursop. It's not doing as good because the banana tree is kind of shading it out, but I will take care of that. That banana tree is an apple banana tree, and that's one of the ones I moved to the front. Absolutely delicious, but it grows so tall, and it's been fun getting those bananas down from there. And then we have another tree back here. This is a jackfruit tree, and I got 4 giant jackfruits off this tree last year. And you can see in my videos, I had taken them down. They cracked, and I took them down a little early, but then they ripened just fine. And so this is a jackfruit tree that I have here, and I'm going to go to the front now and see what else I have. Okay. This is a lemon tree, another lemon tree. I had a nice spot here. I had a papaya tree here, but I took the papaya out, and I put the lemon here. And I have gotten a few lemons on this tree. And then, I'm not sure if this spot will be good. It might be too close to the mango tree, but this is a lime tree. And as you can see here, there are limes growing on here. So that one's doing well as well. This is my third attempt at growing a lime tree, so hopefully this one will do better than the other two. Now let's go to the front and see what I got growing on. Okay, here's another avocado tree. I had a mulberry tree here that I took out and moved, and this avocado tree is one, I had one that died, and I wanted to get all different varieties so I can get different avocados all season long, and this is a different season avocado, so I put this one here. It's growing nicely, and it's a nice spot for it to grow, so that's avocado there. This is a katuk. This is more of a plant, not a tree, but this is an edible green. It tastes like peanut butter. And it doesn't even need water, and it's taken off. So I throw this in my salads and my juice and everything else. Right here is another Kent mango. Yes, I said that has a disease, right? Well, I had this one, and I wanted to get in the ground, and I finally did. But I am going to put other mangoes on this tree for it to grow here. And right here I have another mamey tree. This is my favorite looking one. It's going really well right here in the middle of the yard. This is a mamey sapote. This here is a new addition that you didn't see in my previous updates. This is a wax apple, also known as a rose apple. They're not exactly the same thing, but they're similar. And this tree supposedly gives more fruit than any other tree in nature. There's one tree that I found, and I think it said they gave hundreds and hundreds of pounds per year when it's fully grown. And so it's an okay fruit tree, but the fact that you get so much fruit, I wanted to have it, and especially right in my front, so my neighbors, if they decide to take something, that's what they could take. This tree is going to be exciting. This is another white sapote tree. This is another variety. And so it's growing real nice. I keep trying to cut it up there so it doesn't grow so fast, but it's growing really well, and that's my front tree here. Now, I was saying earlier, my neighbor has a longan tree that they cut back tremendously, and I have these Brazilian berries, a row of Brazilian berries right in front, but one of the, I guess, seeds came from that tree right here, so a longan tree is growing right here. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it or not. Okay. These two trees here, this one and this one right here, I forgot what the name of the berry is, and they're berries, and I wanted to put them in the front of my yard. Not many people know what they are. I can't remember what they are, but they were good when I tasted them, so I got them. Now, my front yard was surrounded in coconut trees. One of them I had to get rid of because it had a disease. Here's another, by the way, here's another. Let's see, another miracle fruit tree plant. There's another miracle fruit tree plant right there. So this is my coconut. So this is a new one starting to grow in this coconut tree. Here's another miracle fruit plant. And then here's another coconut tree. This is the coconut tree that I've been getting coconuts from. Right here. And this is a carambola tree, a starfruit tree. So there's actually one ripe on here right now. That's carambola fruit, also known as starfruit. This tree, all year long, it'll give fruit. So it's a great tree to have. This is another Brazilian cherry here. I moved over here. And this is my mulberry tree, which I moved from the other side of the yard earlier. So it's all the way in this corner now. This is a strawberry tree, Jamaican strawberry. And these little berries, they taste like Captain Crunch cereal. They're delicious when they're in season. I just cut it back. This is where my other coconut tree was, but I took it out and instead I put this Triumph persimmon tree that grows really well down here. So this tree is a persimmon tree right here. So that'll grow nice. We didn't get anything yet. Here's another coconut tree, and it's just starting to get coconuts. Looking really nice. Here's another miracle fruit plant tree, and that's a miracle fruit, by the way. They make everything you eat taste sweet. It's really amazing. So you could eat a lemon with this, and it tastes like lemonade. That's why I got this. Look at all these starfruit growing on this tree. That's great. This is a sapodilla tree, also known as Nispero or Chico. And you can see one growing right here. It tastes like brown sugar, delicious. So I'm excited about that tree right there. This is another avocado. another variety of avocado that I have here right in front of my house. We're almost done, guys. All right. Over here, I have this tree over here. This is a Monster de Rosa. There's one on here right now. These fruits actually are delicious. They taste like a combination between a banana and a pineapple. This was my first miracle fruit tree, and it's doing great, and that's inspired me to get more. I just put this blueberry bush in. The first time I got a blueberry bush. This is another jackfruit tree that I have here in the front yard. This is gonna grow nice. Now this is the only tree I have that is not edible on the property. This is a lang lang tree. Lang lang is a delicious smelling flower, and I wanted it right in front of my house. So when I walk in and out, I can smell these delicious flowers. And it got really tall, taller than any other tree I have. I had to cut it in half. Delicious, delicious. Delicious smell, right? But not edible. And then I got a raspberry plant that I just put in. And I got aloe. And we got some other things growing. Actually, I put my garden around the trees. So they're going to grow real nicely there. And I still have room to grow other stuff. I didn't show you these two things. I put a blackberry plant in over here and another muscadine grape over there. And I have 2 more aloe plants. And besides that, I don't have a lot of room to grow more trees. I only have 1 or 2 more spots where my bananas were. But I do have room for the gardens. And that is my tour of my house with my garden. Now, I do have some trees in another property. I have a longan. I have another mango. I have another lychee. The jackfruit didn't do too well. I have an ackee, which I don't have here. That's another property that's doing really well. And then I have a mulberry and another moringa somewhere else. But that's it. That's a little tree tour right now. My update on my paradise here. So put comments and questions below the video. And thank you for watching. And have a great day.